Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video. I'm going to talk about a newly shown wave of Marvel Legends. This time it is the X-Men series, the Caliban wave. So I've talked about this wave in the past as we've seen figures slowly, and we finally saw the Build-A-Figure and, just more and more. But now we have all the official images of all of them in package. So let's talk about it. Starting off on the left here, we have Beast. This is by far, I think, going to be the most popular figure of the wave. It looks tremendous. It's a nice, great 90s version of Beast, basically. He looks awesome. He looks very big, much bigger than I expected him to look. He looked big in the production image, but it didn't look like crazy. But he really looks like he's jam-packed into that box. Like I could almost see them squeezing him in as a Build-A-Figure in a wave. So I am very excited for that one. And what's cool is he comes with a Build-A-Figure piece still. He's not just a figure without a piece, which is great. So that looks like a great figure. Probably my most anticipated one of the wave. Then we have Jubilee. Jubilee is looking quite nice. I do like the fact that she comes with an extra head sculpt, chewing bubblegum. I'm a big fan of the extra head sculpts that are included in this wave, I must say. So she looks quite nice. Figure-wise, it looks like there's a lot that is new, especially with the boots and the gloves, assuming that they are actually sculpted on and not just painted on. But she overall looks like a good figure. Comes with the biggest Build-A-Figure piece. Then we have Skullbuster, who is one of the Reavers. He looks pretty neat, actually. There's a decent amount of there looks like there's a fair amount of new pieces actually sculpted onto him. I like the masthead that we've seen a million times, but then he also comes with an extra head, which I think is very cool. I'm very happy about that. He comes with just one gun, and it's not a particularly big gun. I would have liked to see him come with another one that size, or just like a big gun. I think that would have been quite necessary, to be honest. Weapon X is looking great. He's the contender, in my opinion, for best figure of the wave. He just looks like a tremendous figure. I love all the extra pieces that are sculpted onto him, on the belt and the hoses. I think it looks very, very cool. The helmet looks good. And then, again, very excited that he comes with an extra head sculpt. That's something I was not expecting. And it's not something that I would have, needed either, so I am happy that he comes with it. Then we have Forge. Forge is looking plain. I mean, other than the boots, I don't really see anything new on him. The head and the boots basically are the new things. I've never been a huge Forge fan in general, and the figure doesn't look too interesting in my opinion. Blink looks quite nice. Not too many new pieces other than the kind of belt piece and then the head, of course. But I like her accessories a lot. First of all, she comes with those just kind of standard, almost elongated diamond-shaped energy blast, but then she also comes with an entire circular kind of energy blast that she's one of her portals, essentially, which I think is super cool. That's something I wasn't expecting, and that makes the figure 10 times more interesting in my opinion, so I'm quite excited about that. Then we have Gambit. Now, Gambit looks great, not a ton of new sculpted pieces, because, of course, it looks like the arms and the jacket are from Multiple Man, and then some of the lining in the costume actually looks like it's sculpted on, so the body and legs might have some new pieces, which is cool. He comes with really nice accessories. I like the pole, the card with the energy blast coming off of it is really neat, and then I really like the extra hand that's throwing the cards. I think that's very cool. My only issue with him is that he doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. I'm not a fan of when they do that. Had Forge been replaced by Gambit in this wave, this would be just a really killer wave, but unfortunately he isn't. And then Caliban as the Build-A-Figure, he's nice and beefy, he's a chunky Build-A-Figure, which I'm happy about, but just Caliban in general, I'm not, huge on, and, his representations in the movies are very different from his comic representation, so, just in my opinion, he's not anything that I, get excited about, but he's not something that I'll just be disappointed to build, so he's very mid-range for me, extremely mid-range. As a whole, I think that this is a really nice wave. I think that a lot of people are going to go nuts for it. Me personally, although I do like a lot of the figures in it, it doesn't have a super exciting factor for me. When it comes to X-Men, I'm really into villains, and they do have a couple villains in this series, but the villains they chose to go with don't excite me too much, to be honest. So, because it really is just Skullbuster and Caliban, and both of them actually, and Logan, if you think about it, but neither of them actually interest me very much. Like, they're both okay. I don't have any issues with them, but they don't get me excited. You know, there's no Brotherhood of Evil Mutant character that I'm like really dying to get. So that's my only disappointment in this wave. As far as the heroes go, there's some great figures though. Beast, Jubilee, Weapon X, Blink, and Gambit I think look tremendous. Skullbuster and Caliban look okay, and then Forge is the only one that I think is kind of disappointing in the wave. But as a whole, this is a really solid wave. I think that a lot of people are really going to go pretty nuts for it. I could see the ones that I could see being difficult to get. Now, I would have said Gambit, however, Gambit doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, and he's apparently 2 per package, so Gambit shouldn't be very hard to get. Beast and Weapon X, I think, are going to be the hardest ones to get. I could almost see Jubilee being a little hard to get, but they've already done a Jubilee, and it was an extremely hard figure to get because it was a Build-A-Figure. However, I don't know, like, I feel like she's going to get a little overshadowed by Beast, but I can still see her being popular. And then Skullbuster, Blink, and Forge are going to be the ones that I think are much easier to get, especially Forge, and probably Skullbuster as well. So yeah, so there's my kind of breakdown of the in-package look of the X-Men series Caliban wave. Again, really cool looking wave. And I'm quite excited to complete it. I mean, if I can get Forge's Build-A-Figure piece, like, separated from him, I'll probably do that. But other than that, I plan to get everybody else, which is not something that's typical nowadays. Nowadays, I feel like a lot of the waves, I'm much more interested in just the Build-A-Figure pieces for, like, several of the figures. But not the case with this wave. I think it actually looks really strong overall. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think of the figures in this wave and their accessories as well as their Build-A-Figure pieces. And thanks so much for watching.